So to remove the carburetor, we're just going to unplug this, unplug the fuel line. And what I do is I get a screw that's a little bigger, because I do need to plug this fuel line. And I'm not going to do that because I have a valve today. So I'm going to plug the valve in and stop it so there are no fuel leaks. Once you get the fuel line disconnected, I already put the plug in and you can shut down the valve and you can see it's not leaking anymore. I'm going to go ahead and remove this ground cable here. Now, this screw for the ground also holds the cover to the body of the engine. So make sure you definitely reuse and install this screw. Do not lose it. Next, you're going to need to remove these two. You cannot remove them while the carburetor is connected. You can remove the carburetor. There's a bolt here. Sorry about that. I had to put this bolt down to hold down the carburetor so I can test everything. And take the carburetor off. You see how the cover slides out? Alright, so we're going to remove this right here. There you go. This is how it's connected. It goes in and then out, so you have to pull it out like that. There's a spring connected, very tiny. Make sure you don't break this guy. Remove this, and this is also connected the same way. Almost out. There we go. Carburetor is out. So this carburetor has quite a bit of rust, but it's used quite a lot. So I'm gonna drop that. Take this cover off, and you can see one of the carburetor bolts is going through this cover and is sitting as a stud. The ground bolt for the carburetor is the one that's holding the gasket in place, and you want to make sure that you don't lose that bolt or forget to connect it back up. I'm going to take this gasket, looks like it's damaged. Take it off gently. There you go. I'm going to put a shop towel in here and clean all this surface back up. So I went ahead and installed my lines already, because it does require two hands. It's better that way. Got the carburetor slide on. We got the ground connected here. And this right here is going to connect to the carburetor side from the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and connect this guy up. So, you see this notch on the carburetor? That's what you're going to have to follow. And it'll plug. Come on here. Okay. When it clicks, it's connected. Let's connect our... Let's see there. I have to push it in 1 second. Next thing we're going to connect is the air box, air filter box. There. 10mm screws right here. So the gasket for this side is already behind the box. That's why you did not see it on the carburetor. But there is gasket on this side as well. And we got two 10mm here to secure the carburetor in place. Perfect. All right. I gotten all this tightened up. Next I'm going to put the filter in, but here's what I did. I put in a cutoff valve behind the filter, just so whenever we need to replace the filter, we can cut off the gas and change the filter. I also noticed the filter was installed backwards previously, so I corrected that. The air filter is straightforward. So here we go. I got the air filter and the foam installed. Foam is going to guide up here. You're just going to guide the channel, which you can see right here is a channel. You can guide that into this plastic here. Put the filter back in and put the cover back in and tighten it up. I'm going to try see if I can do it while I'm on the phone here. It allows me to. So things are not as direct fit as they are for vehicles. For this, you basically have to stretch the filter housing, and there's rubber here. You gotta put your finger, hold on to it while putting the cover back on because it keeps on sliding. And that's the only way I gotta figure it out. So next we're gonna do an oil change on this. Oil does look pretty bad. Now first thing, I wanna make sure the work I've done so far is as it should be. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to start it up. Let's see. There we go. Trying to choke.